Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'll be showing you how I captured an image and then how I edit, how I'll be editing that image in Lightroom, Adobe Lightroom. I captured this image a bit over 3 weeks ago, I think. I was up in Jindabyne to shoot a wedding, and the afternoon before the wedding I thought I'd just duck down to the rocks because it looked like the cloud formation was coming over to form a pretty cool little sunset, and I'm really glad I went down there. It looks like I might have got a okay shot, but yeah, I hope you enjoy the video and let's see how it turns out. So one thing I did want to talk about is where I want to go with this channel. This year I sort of laid out some rules for myself on what I'm allowed to shoot and what I'm not allowed to shoot, because I'm known to shoot too many things, and I think the saying goes, jack of all trades, master of none. So I want to kind of nail in on the three things that I like to shoot most, which is landscape, seascape, and in the water with my housing. So they're the three things I'm going to be focusing on this channel and me this year. So if you guys are into that, I'm up for some tutorials or just some vlogs behind the scenes of the shot and that sort of stuff. So yeah, let's go check out, see if we can find a nice composition down here somewhere. The clouds have come over. Some nice filtered light through there, coming over the mountains. I'm just hoping that when it hits that gap, we'll get a nice little burst of light, and it might light up this sort of tour of rock pile and just get some nice light on the side there. I've whacked my polarized filter on there, and now I'm just going to whack a ND filter and a gradual filter. See what happens. That is magical. Might even try a bracketed shot. Okay, so we're back at the computer. I've got, let me go back to the library. On the day I did shoot bracketed photos. So I have just quickly made a HDR image out of those three. If you don't know how to do that, you just highlight the three images that you want to bracket or HDR. You'll right hand click or control click, go down to photo merge and go to HDR. I've already done this, so I'll just show you what it's come up with. So I'll show you these three photos first. So the underexposed, kind of evenly exposed, and then overexposed, and this is the final image. This is the one I'll be working on. So we'll get straight into this. First off, I'm gonna go straight to crop. I mean, on the day I thought I had it right, but looking at it now, I definitely think it's got to tilt a bit that way. And I have got a preset that I use, and I am going to use it today, but not every preset is going to suit the situation that you shot that day. So this one for me, it kind of works, and I do like the way it goes on. So I'm just going to apply that, and I'll just talk you through that preset. So I've taken it's got my shadows are up, blacks as well. I'm going to go through and change a bit of this and get it to how I want it to look and how I thought it looked on the day. That's a big thing to me. I really try to get my images to look as though the way I seen it on the day. Yeah, so I'll just come down. I'm going to go to take off chromatic aberration, and then I put enable profile corrections, and I'm obviously using Fuji, so I've got Fuji set there. That's all pretty good. Sharpening, I'll leave that till later actually. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to go to the white balance. The filter that I was using has put quite a purple tinge on the sky, so I don't think it was that purple on the day. I'm going to bring this down to 20, and then this orange beam from the sun was quite orange and fluorescent. So I'm just going to bring the temperature up to maybe bring it back down a touch to about there. And now I'm going to drop down into exposure. I'm going to bring it down a touch. I'll just go back to even, and then I'm going to work my way down, but in doing this, sometimes I will come back up to compensate for other things. So highlights, I'm going to bring it right down to 40, and like I just said, I might bring this down to 10, and I'm going to bring the shadows up because my main point of focus is on the rocks to the left here. Now, as you can see, this is like I just said, my main point of focus. So I want to show that I want to lead the viewer's eye in this photo from the rocks over to the sunset and then up into the clouds. So kind of like a snaky sort of S shape, like so. And what I would do, as you can see over here, there's a lot of shadow at the top of this rock here, and that was because of the filter that I was using. So I'm going to grab the adjustment brush and take my exposure up, my highlights. I might take my highlights back down, and I'll just use the shadow. And I'm just going to brush in this top rock here. For subjects like this with a defined line, I suggest having your feathering up quite a bit. So I got mine on 50. Just so you know where you're at, and just slowly paint those shadows away until you think it looks as it was on the day, like I said earlier. I'm going to bring the shadows up a touch more. A bit too much there. And that sort of looks even with all the other rocks there. Another thing sometimes I might do with the sky with the adjustment brush is I'm going to just take down the feathering a touch, and I'm going to take the tint down because there's still a little bit of purple. Take the temperature up. I'm going to take the highlights down, maybe touch on the exposure, and I'm just going to paint the sky and the horizon. And a good tip for the adjustment brush, if you have lost where you're up to with painting, so you just hover over the point up there where you started and it shows. So just paint around here a bit more. Give that a check. Pretty happy with that. And from there, I'm going to bring the clarity down. I like nice soft clouds. Just to about 10. And I'm going to take my temperature up again because it was quite orange over that side from what I remember. And I do want to touch on these rocks too with the adjustment brush. I know I have already done it up here with the shadow, but I want to really make these pop. So I'm just going to bring everything back to square here. I'll bring the exposure up about 20, shadows, and then I'm going to go to sharpness because they're my point of focus. I really want to bring these out, and I'm just going to paint over these rocks. Probably leave that rock in the corner because it's already got enough light. It's a bit lighter in color as well. And you can always just check with the exposure, see what you think. Bring it down a touch, bring my shadows up. And I might even just bring a little bit of clarity into it and dehaze. Just a touch. Now, this is still looking a bit light for me. It's very soft. I'm going to bring the clarity up a bit. It's a matter of just going over and just, you know, seeing what you seem to think was true on the day, and also how you want this image to portray. Okay, I just want to touch on the water too. I might take the clarity right down. And just see what we can do here. Let's get it looking really nice and soft. And again, just hover over, see where you've painted. So I'm going to leave it about there. Come down to sharpening. Now I like to have it at about 40, which is usually the set amount, and I take my detail down to about 10, sometimes even more. And I just want to check on these rocks here. When it loads, that's pretty sharp. I was shooting at f16, so the background's reasonably sharp. It's pretty soft because I did go all the way to 16. And yeah, I think that's almost there. The light in my room is also changing a lot. The clouds coming in and out, which is affecting my sight on the computer, so that's another factor. And another tip I would give is to just let the image sit on your computer for a night or a day, and come back and check it out and see if you like it. you might come back the next day and look and just think, oh, that the temperature, the white balance on that, it's way off. So it's always good just to let it marinate and yeah, come back with a different eye, a different point of view, and then fix it up from there. So, but for now, I'm pretty happy with this, and I'm going to export it, and I'll show you guys how it turned out. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you've learnt something from this. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Yeah, hope to bring you some more content soon, as I'm sort of not self-isolating, but got a lot of time on my hands now, so hoping to bring more videos to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you.